What's good, man? Let's get into it. Let's talk about Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals in the fall of Joe Burrow in the Cincinnati Bengals. You know what I'm saying? Now, Cincinnati, me and you have no love lost. I don't like you. You don't like me, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I still don't like y'all. Your quarterback looks like Cody Rhodes, and your quarterback is the fall of him. You know what I'm saying? The fall of Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, which I predicted last year, and I predict this year because your team is beyond horrible. You can sit here and hide behind the fact you still got T. Higgins for a year, even though he's pissed off at your franchise, and he's going after this year. You lost Joe Mixon. Your offensive line is still beyond horrible, and your quarterback's more worried about going to fashion shows than actually winning you guys a Super Bowl. Can we just admit Joe Burrow was a fad that ran out now? Can we just admit that? Is he still Joe Shiesty, as we still call him? Joe Shiesty, Joe Bad Knee Shiesty? Are we even sure this guy is going to stay healthy? Because your offensive line is still beyond horrible. It's still horrible. You make I don't even know. You make the Giants offensive line look like the Ravens offensive line. And now you're in a division with the Ravens, who got Derrick Henry, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who got Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, who are better than Kenny Pickett. At least Russell Wilson is. And you have a healthy Deshaun Watson with Jerry Jeudy coming to the Browns. Are we sure you guys are going to make the playoffs next year? Are we sure about that? Your division was weaker last year, and now they've upgraded. You don't have Joe Mixon anymore. Who's your running back? Oh my gosh, who is your running back? Because you guys did sign somebody. I just can't remember who. That's how memorable it is. And also in the AFC, the Texans got better. The Bills are still there. The Dolphins are still there. Who else am I thinking? Jim Harbaugh's with the Chargers, even though I don't think they're making the playoffs, but they're still a tough outing. The Chiefs are still there. Trevor Lawrence has come back healthy with the why am I forgetting the name? The Jacksonville Jaguars. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? In your division alone, you have three teams who arguably could be better than you. Who are better than you. Because the Ravens upgrade. They got Derrick Henry. Y'all not stopping Lamar and Derrick Henry. That's going to be college football right there with all them read options, them triple options. Them load options, please. Pittsburgh, you guys always split with Pittsburgh, but now they upgraded at quarterback. Russell Wilson's better than Kenny Pickett. There's probably a case that Justin Fields is probably better than Kenny Pickett, too. That's how bad Kenny Pickett is. Who else? The Browns, Deshaun Watson's the trial's still out, but at the same time, even if Deshaun Watson plays average, he still has Jerry Jeudy, Amari Cooper, and Nick Chubb coming back, with Myles Garrett and all the rest of these guys coming back with a better offensive line. And Kevin Stefanski, who is coach of the year. So, Cincinnati, I hope it was worth, I'm so happy that, I don't know. Did people still think Joe Burrow's still top 5, which I don't see it. Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, who else can I think of off the top of my head? CJ and Jordan Love are going to overpass him this year. I can tell you that Caleb Williams is going to overpass him this year. You could put Jared Goff in there. You could put Matthew Stafford in there. You could put who else can I think of off the top of my head? I don't want to put Dak and Tua. I don't want to put Dak or Tua in there, but at least they stay healthy. So Cincinnati, your time has come. It's over. It's done. You guys are going to miss the playoffs once again. Joe Burrow is probably going to get injured once again. T. Higgins is going to leave just like Joe Mixon did. And you're going to be right back to what you were. Because just because you had a 2-year wonder doesn't mean anything. You should have won. Against the Cincinnati Bengals. Not Cincinnati. The LA Rams. That was your one time to win, and you failed. You failed miserably. Joe Burrow choked. Who else? T. Higgins choked. Jamar Chase choked. Choke. You choked. Simple as that. And could you guys make the playoffs? Sure. But you're going to get bounced in the first round. Ain't nobody scared of you. No one in the AFC is scared of you. No one. And also, let's be for real. Does anybody, like, are we sure Joe Burrow's going to last until the playoffs? That knee is nicked up. He hasn't played in over a year now. And we all know Joe Burrow is injury prone. He got injured his rookie year. I think he got injured the year before last year, and he got injured this year. And not only that, your dumb franchise doesn't build an offensive line around him. You would think this guy is low-key going through what Andrew Luck went through. You would think, okay, this guy has talent. He's brought us to a Super Bowl with horrible, horrible offensive line play. Let's go out and try to get some offensive line play and get him a running back. But instead, you get rid of his running back and get him no offensive lineman. I don't think you guys drafted an offensive lineman throughout this whole draft, which is utterly stupid. Utterly stupid. So you're just going to throw Joe Burrow out there again with a bad leg and a bad thumb and say, okay, Joe Shiesty, come out with the most feminine outfit you can, like you're white Dwayne Wade, and try to lead us to a Super Bowl again with Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Trevor Lawrence, and the Jacksonville Jaguars, C.J. Stroud and the Texans. Who else can I think of? The Dolphins. And I mean, even though they're, you could throw the Jets in there with Aaron Rodgers. We'll see what happens there. And also, let's not add the 3 teams to our division: the Browns, the Steelers, and the Ravens, who all upgraded their rosters this year. And you have a pissed off wide receiver who don't even want to be there anymore, and no running back. And your defense is beyond horrible. Your defense they peaked. They're done. They're garbage. Well, I'm supposed to believe Cody Rhodes 2.0 is going to, lead you out to victory. He ain't leading you nowhere besides a first round, maybe second round exit, depending on who you guys match up with. You know what I'm saying? So the fall of Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals is here. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of you guys are, listen, look. It was a nice, cool run. It was a nice, cool run, Joe Burrow. But your time has come. You're going to fall down the Andy Dalton tree where, you're just going to be a has-been. A has-been. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be like Matt Ryan when he lost his Super Bowl and he became relevant. You're going to become like Cam Newton, who I love. I love Cam Newton. Be relevant after his Super Bowl. Who else can I think of? Colin Kaepernick. Just be irrelevant. You went to multiple Super Bowls, conference championships, and you fell off. It is what it is. That's my thoughts. What are yours? What's your thoughts on the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow? RJ out.